receive love from others in a healthy way is associated with the fact that you don't love yourself, but also because you have rejected yourself, and it is difficult to confront it. You have probably given away that love because it is easier. It is much easier to love others than to love yourself, I'll say it. So you have given away that love to boyfriends, girlfriends, or friends in general, people in your life. And it seems like the most decent thing to do. You feel like the bigger person and you feel like I am the one who is maintaining. You get that higher ground of sorts, at least morally a high ground. And in turn, what you've done is rejected yourself completely. You have not given that love to yourself. And over the time, if you do it enough times, either you will be aware of it or not aware of it. If you're not completely aware of it, you are going to lose self-esteem and you're going to lose self-respect in that process. But I've realized that if you do it with a little bit more awareness and you're able to catch yourself in the act of, wait a minute, I'm not treating myself with as much respect as I would like to be. And in turn, that is making other people treat me with disrespect. How is that compounding on the whole? And you realize, wait a minute, I have been giving love. I've been the giver. I've been that person who gives others joy and love. And I have not given that to myself. It seems, we say it so many times, right? The one person, we say it, oh, a person cannot love themselves, cannot love others. But it doesn't ring as true to me. You tell me if this is so far-fetched idea that it is actually easier to love others. It is actually easier to you're like, yeah, everybody's flawed, and it is easier to love others, and it is easier to give others whatever they want. And then you reject yourself. And I am coming to terms with the fact that no matter who comes in my life or not, anything that makes me want to reject myself or a part of myself or any little ambition or a joyful thing or anything, however little it is, that is in shooting this video also, I'm trying to set new synaptic pathways where I remember that if someone or if something is trying to make me it makes me inherently give up the thing that is very in the core of me, the truth of me, and I'm giving that away because now I am with someone. I need to pause and reflect, and 100% of the times my intuition turns out in the greatest of sense, it turns out to be the truth. It turns out to be it's an intuition for a reason. And I always realize that, wait a minute, was I just about to give up one of the most important things for this person, or the potential of a person? And I think we all do that. Because it is just very easy to lose yourself, and that is one of the biggest fears I have. And that is why I kind of hold very tightly to my individuality, which I don't know is a bad thing or not. I am not sure.
Bian!
आया तो
Aman! Jas!
Today I wanted to talk about all the books I've read over this year, and maybe the last year also. Just wanted to compile together the list, right? I'm not going to give reviews, but there will be few points that I will be talking upon. The very first is, how did I finish the book? The very first star, 1 star, will be if I finish the book. If I finish the book, I'll give it a star. If I didn't finish the book, if I couldn't finish the book for whatever reason, the star will not be given to it. There's no half stars, unless it's a very exceptional situation. Second star will be for character development or the arc of the protagonists in the novels. Did it feel believable? Even if it was predictable or not, that's not. We will discuss as the story comes. But third star would be given if I will reread it again. That the the readability of a novel is not just dependent on that it's supposed to be some highly esteemed literature. It's just what I like to read, and so if I'm reading a book again, that might just be for me, you know. So we will be giving 3 stars. 1 star whether I finish the book. Second, if the character, the storyline, the protagonist, the arc, depending on that. The third star if I will read the book again. And fourth star, I think I can give the 4 star if I have in real life already recommended the book to somebody, if I've shared that, if I've discussed, because I am somebody who discusses books with people. I have found very few people in real life who read books, but if I have come across somebody with whom I've discussed the book, I think then we can give it a 4 star, which will be a rare occurrence, I'm sure. Okay, let's start with Frankenstein. The moment I heard that they were making a movie on it, starring none other than Jacob Elordi and Mr. Oscar Isaac, I was like, I think I have to read it. And I think I might have read it like very early on in my teenage also, but I did not remember it at all. And I wanted to have the hard copy also. So I bought the book Frankenstein and Mary Shelley. If you know anything about the biography of Mary Shelley, it's like outstanding for that century, for a woman to be born to a feminist household. So obviously she wrote this at the age of 18. I think that is the most surprising fact of it all. And her life is quite exemplary, quite exceptional, especially during those times, right? So first star, whether I finished the book. I finished it in one go. Second star, so 1 star for that. Character arc, beautiful character arc for both the monster and the creator of the monster, and you have to determine who is the real monster here. I think the story was brilliant. It ended brilliantly as well, and you might want to watch the movie. I heard that the movie's been given rave reviews as well. I have not yet watched the movie though. I'm sure it will be good, but again, I think I have always preferred books over movies. So second star for character arc and the whole protagonist arc as well. The third star, whether I will read it again, depends. So in some sense, I've already read it again. I have read it, I think, in my teenage. I remembered some bits and pieces, but in my conscious brain, where memories are stored, I only remember it reading this year. So we are saying that I don't think you will like pick it again. I think, especially like if you're a science fiction genre connoisseur, then you will be like, you have to start with this. I will give it 2 out of 3 stars. To do or not to do, to do list or to not do list. So usually, in order to survive the day, in order to begin the day, in order to end the day, I need a to-do list, a vague list of things that I need to do. And sometimes they include simple things like take a deep breath, sleep, empty your bladder before sleeping. Little things. Sometimes they're big things. And when I'm traveling, I make an extensive to-do list. It helps, not denying that. I don't know why, but I sometimes have to write on the top of my to-do list that only if you feel like it, and it's okay if you don't feel like it also. So I was like, why don't we have a not to do list? Like, do not touch your phone in the morning. Reminder of things that you shouldn't do and you don't want to do, but you are doing. So a to not to do list.